Today we're gonna go over OpenSSL and we're gonna perform certificate signing request, sign a certificate, validate the certificate. So let's start.
Let us prepare you to own, protect, and master your network. NetPrepare.
Alright, so first thing we're gonna generate a key and we're gonna name it ca.key, and this is gonna be our certificate authority key. We're gonna consider like the ca.netprepare.com as the certificate authority. After generating the private key, we're gonna actually do a ca.pen, which is actually our public key. Alright, so and it's generated from our private key. We're gonna perform a self-signed certificate, since as I said we're gonna consider this as our CA server, and we're gonna give it a common name of ca.netprepare.com. So we generated a certificate signing request. Now we're signing this certificate signing request with our ca.key, which will make it a self-signed certificate. And now we generate this output to see what is inside the certificate. And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna generate a new key, name it test.key, and this is gonna be the key, the private key of test.netprepare.com. Okay. We generated a certificate signing request, signing this certificate signing request with our ca.key. And here we're providing the information for the test.key. We're gonna name it a common name, as I said, test.netprepare.com. And we add subject, and we do subject alternative names, so alternative 1, alternative 2. You could add the IPs here also. And we're doing dash out, so we're specifying we want the test.csr to be the signing request. Alright, so this file is the certificate signing request. We specified that we want to sign the certificate. Alright, so after signing the certificate, we're gonna validate that this certificate is signed by ca.netprepare.com. So this command is used to validate the certificate, and we use the certificate of the CA server to validate that this certificate is signed by the CA server. And as you could see, it says a verification for it, so it's not signed. So we need to use a different command to sign the certificate by the ca.netprepare.com. I'm gonna actually provide a link for a blog with all those commands, or I'm gonna put them in the description, and then you could check. We actually validated if this is this certificate is signed by ca.cert, and it tells you yes, it is signed. And you could see under the validate, the subject, the common name is test.netprepare.com, and the issuer is ca.netprepare.com. So what I'm gonna do here is I wanna verify that after performing the signing request, the proper signing request, the key of the, you don't need to do that, but like just for testing purposes. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna validate that test.key is the private key of test.cert. Okay. So we issue this command. We could also do pipe OpenSSL MD5 to shorten this output. And we perform the same thing for the cert. Yeah, this is a way to validate that the key and the public key, the certificate matches. So what I'm gonna do here, this is another test that we're gonna perform. We're gonna encrypt using the public key, and we're gonna decrypt it using the private key. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm gonna use the private key to generate a public key, but that's gonna be the same as actually extracting it from the certificate itself. We're gonna encrypt this text using the public key, and we're gonna decrypt it using the private key. And as you could see here, like you'll see that we have the two files. The decrypted file is also decrypted, and the encrypted file. So now what I want to show you, the public key, that it matches under the CSR, the certificate, and the public key one directly generated from the private key. So now what I'm gonna show you how to perform a signing request through the web interface of a Windows CA server. What we need to do is first generate a certificate signing request with OpenSSL, And then what we'll do is, here we go under the web interface. You need to have the right permission to be able to access this web, the CA web interface. You specify that you want to do a certificate signing request and advanced certificate request. Here you just paste the output, then you specify that you want a web server and you do submit. In this case, we're going to use base 64. You could download the certificate chain or just download the certificate itself. And here we're just downloading the CA certificate by itself. You don't need to do a certificate sign request to be able to download the certificate, the CA certificate. Okay, one final thing, I want to show you the main attributes that you could input inside the certificate. So to do that, there's a command prompt you with all the outputs that are most common, right? But you could see here we weren't able to input IPs or subject alternative name. So what we're gonna do it, I want to do it in a different way. So by inputting it this way directly, you could actually also add more information to the certificate when you do -add text or X, whatever, and you'll be able to provide IP, DNS, and so on and so on. Please, if you like those contents, please like and subscribe. It will be really helpful. And click the notification button, and any questions, please leave in the comment section. And thank you.